friends, it's Miss Ayla and welcome back to my kitchen. This week we're going to be talking about foods that just make us feel good because they just remind us of good times. They might be meals that you eat when you celebrate certain things like birthdays or holidays. Or in my case, it's a food that really reminds me of home and being with my family. So there's like a lot of things that can constitute a food that just makes us feel connected to like our families or like some kind of tradition that we might celebrate or follow. So today I'm going to be showing you what my feel-good food in this category is. Let's get going. So the dish is called pozole, which is a soup that is made with like some kind of meat, either like pork or chicken, and then there's there are actually three kinds. There's pozole rojo, which is red, which is made with like chili peppers and it's a little spicy. And then there's pozole verde, which is green, which has like epazote, which is like a traditional Mexican herb. And there's pozole blanco, which isn't made with like any kind of like salsa or like chili like sauce. It's just kind of like a clear broth, and that's the pozole that's normally eaten where my mom is from in Mexico, which is called Cuernavaca. And so my mom tends to make that one, but she also kind of likes to freestyle a little bit, and she came up with this really yummy vegetarian option, and she makes it with mushrooms. So that's what I'm gonna show you how to make today, and it's super simple. It's like 4 ingredients unless you count water, and it's 5, and it's just super yummy and super easy. And I asked my mom how she makes it, and I think it's just a mother thing where like they don't really give you like a recipe, they just tell you, they're like, oh yeah, just put that in a pot. So we're just gonna put things in a pot and see how it turns out, but I guarantee it's gonna be really yummy. Our ingredients are pretty simple. It's literally like 4 basic ingredients that you're gonna need. And of course you're going to need some mushrooms, and when talking to my mom, she kind of was like, yeah, just use whatever mushrooms, but she definitely said like use a mix of them so you get different flavors. So I have a mix of shiitake, which are really yummy and have a pretty like umami flavor is what they say. And then I have some oyster mushrooms that I got from the farmer's market, so there's that. Then I'm just going to use some garlic. Use as much as you want. I'm using 4 cloves. And then I'm probably just going to use half this onion. I don't think I'm going to need the whole one. And then the special ingredient and like I would say the main ingredient really is hominy, which is corn that has been nixtamalized. So that means it was soaked in lye water or lye solution, which is just like wood ash and water. And what that does is that it like dissolves the indigestible fibers in corn and makes it easier to eat, which is like something that has dated back to like when the Aztecs and the Mayans like were first cultivating corn and like actually like processing it to be edible. And it also I think puts calcium in it, so that's just a really cool thing that like has been passed on and like has become part of like a normal corn process. And the other thing about pozole is that pozole, the word comes from the Nahuatl language, which is the Aztec language for pozole, which means hominy. So the soup is really just kind of based on this one ingredient. So yeah, let's get these all together. Chop them? We're gonna chop them. We're gonna chop some stuff. Cool. all our ingredients are prepared. I have my hominy in the sink that is just draining, and the next instructions that were given to me were to saute the onion and garlic, which is what we're gonna do. I don't know. I'm gonna put some salt in here. Like, I kind of know what I'm doing, but also I don't. I'm gonna put some, like a good pinch of salt or two in here. I don't really know when to add the mushrooms. Oh, the onions are really getting into my eyes. Whoa. What's happening? I'm gonna put, hold on, a good, probably like half a teaspoon oregano. Let's do just a full teaspoon. Oh, it's really getting into my eyes. That's what it's starting to look like. They're getting soft. I'm just gonna put the mushrooms in. Okay, so I'm starting to get like a nice golden color on the onions, so they're caramelizing a little bit, and so when we add the water, it's gonna like add more flavor to like our broth. And the mushrooms got like a nice golden color on some of them. Okay. And they're starting to stick too, so I think it's time to add the water. Okay, I have 2 cups of water, and we're gonna see where that takes us. Ooh. Okay. I think that might have been, no, we need to add some more, because we're gonna add the hominy. Water. We're gonna add 1 more cup. That's a good amount of water. And if anything, from like not really having like a recipe to follow, it's really important to taste what you're making, so that way, you know, it tastes good and not. I just like really don't want this food bland. This is gonna be like cold water, but. Oh, I need salt. Needs a lot of salt. Like a lot. I mean, it tastes good, but it needs salt. Yeah, it's better. A lot better. That's good. Now that we've added our water, we're going to add in our hominy. Just mix that in. And then I'm putting this on to like medium low. And then we're going to cover. And let that kind of cook for a little bit, just like, I guess, bring it up to a boil, or until like the hominy is like cooked through. It's already cooked, until it's like warm. So while this is going on, we're going to put together our like little toppings. One of the many great things about pozole is that it normally comes with like a bunch of toppings that you put on. So like you'll find just like shredded cabbage, radishes, cilantro, like raw onion, limes, avocados, like you just, I don't know, it just like adds like a different like texture to pozole that is just super nice, and it's always like really fun to like mix and match like what you put on. So we got this watermelon radish, and how we're gonna cut it is just in pretty thin slices. And it's just gonna be so pretty. Look at that. It's just so pretty. It's gonna look really nice on top of pozole. Okay, so that's those. I'm just gonna use like a quarter, like, I don't know, quarter of that, half. I'm just gonna pull some cilantro. I'm not even gonna like, just kind of tear it up a bit and mix it in with your onion. And then we're just going to cut this into wedges. And that's all our toppings. Our pozole is done with our toppings already. Just gonna serve up. And then I'm gonna put some radishes, some more cilantro and onion, and then a nice squeeze of lime. Now I have my bowl. I'm trying to get a bit of everything on it. And as we say before we eat, Mexico, buen provecho. My mom did a really good job, I will say, of just winging it. Really good. Well, I hope you try this. It's something that just makes me feel like I'm at home, and I hope that if you ever make this and eat it, that it kind of feels a little homey for you too. So I'll see you next time.